Hey, Praise. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Thursday, the 18th of July. All right, now the markets are in a bit of state of flux. You know, a lack of US direction, mixed geopolitical news, and mixed sort of Fed sentiment. And we now have a situation where basically they're all trading sideways. Now there is a couple of standouts here. The sterling, Brexit really rearing its ugly head. Now there's all sorts of weird sort of scenarios playing out here at the moment, but one that I was just looking at just a short while ago. UK cabinet ministers could resign on Thursday to vote in favour of preventing the next PM from suspending Parliament. One of the key timeline events is, coming up to next week, they will decide who is going to be the next PM of the UK. But then not long after, they suspend Parliament for like a month and a half or something in the lead up to Brexit, which is just sounds absolutely ludicrous. So they're going to go on holidays for a month and a half, and then they come back for a week or two, then they're on holidays again. So it's like, you know what, forget about your summer vacation, let's sort out Brexit. So it's having a very weird impact on sterling, obviously. It's very, very negative impact, but it is all over the shop as we try and work out who is going to lead the UK out of Brexit, as well as the possible scenarios of another referendum next year, delaying it, and et cetera, et cetera. It's just back to good old bad Brexit days. Now, as far as the majors go on the hourly charts, okay, this is where your short-term direction's coming from. There's not a lot of specific direction. And with that, I've sort of relabeled the sort of today's market conditions as, this is a bit of a new one, sort of a wait-and-see market. Right? You have to wait and see what's coming up. There's no point jumping into trading opportunities at the moment because we don't have enough information on the table. Obviously, these two events are key to, that random moves. One other thing that has come out just recently, which is I find it quite funny, is they're drawing up again, tabling up impeachment resolutions against Trump, right? So I think he's had about 100 of these things tallied or tried to get into play. I mean, they've been trying to impeach him since day one. I mean, he does everything wrong, which is, I mean, if you can't agree with that, something's wrong. But basically, we'll see how that plays out. That could have obviously an impact on the US dollar if the whole impeachment situation did gain some weight. All right, so let's just have a look here now across the board. So wait and see markets. We do have a couple of key events coming out today. Now, if you're looking for the potential move in the Aussie or the Aussie crosses, the employment data, you know what? That's pretty aggressive number. There's 3 or 4 releases coming out all at once. The unemployment rate, the employment change, there's some other wage stuff, participation rate, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a bunch of stuff. Now, this is obviously going to impact the Aussie and Aussie crosses mainly. The rest of the currency pairs, there's only peripheral data coming out, and then we're waiting for pretty much Friday's retail sales out of Canada, and that's it, right? So it's been a bit of an annoying week. And if I just give you a look over here at the majors, just having a look at where the main action is, you can start to see, and I've left the trend lines where they were the last couple of days on purpose. You can see the price action here across a few of these. The Kiwi still has a slight upward bias. Now, overall, these trend lines are very short term. The dollar yen just trading sideways, a little bit of a dip down through the support line, but no follow through. It just shows you how lackluster things are. Now, we've had the initial seesaw here of euro, a bit of a nosedive down, a bit of a counter rally sideways, and that's where we are. Brexit dominating the downside in sterling. I don't know where that's going to go, and still continuation of this wild price action on dollar CAD. It's really a bit too hard for my liking, trying to work out where that thing's going. All right, so that's pretty much where we are, guys. There's nothing you can do to force the market to give you dollars when it's not ready to give you some money, right? So to me, trading at the moment, there may be some short-term trading opportunities. I'll be focusing on the data that's coming out. That's where the potential opportunities will come from. If there's going to be a change in momentum, it's going to come from there. Outside of that, you're sort of just sitting back, waiting for the market to really form some more shape. All right, guys, that's all from me. Have a good trade day and cheerio.